tight, and corrosion out. Folks, Ray here, Riverbend Longbows Outdoors, and today's video is a bit different, but I thought it might help some people out there that like to do stuff themselves. I done blew the rear strut out on the Subaru in our last adventure. Got a new one. We're going to show you how to switch that out as safe as possible. So stay tuned, might help you out. So first off, you're going to want to make sure the car is in park, emergency brake on. You're going to need a 9/16 socket wrench and a 3/4 for the bolt below. If you pull off this utility housing, there's a few plugs, real easy to get to, and the 2 bolts that hold the top of the strut in are right there. Pretty easy and accessible. So we'll get set up and get started. Now this is a 2003 Outback Limited, and the bottom bolt that holds it in place is a 9/16 by 18 fine thread, 4.5 inches, and I was unable to break the nut loose, so I had to cut it off.
After I take off a rusty bolt.
Head grinder, so I just went ahead and got a grade 8 bolt that's the same diameter. It's a coarse thread, but it doesn't really matter. So that's what I had to do there. It happens. Okay, so I've got the car backed up, ready to go. I got some blocking in place, because what's going to happen is the new hydraulic piston is longer than the holes that line up. So we get it in line, stab my 2 up in the top, and we'll let the pressure of the car coming down line up the holes, hopefully, and then you can beat the block left or right or whatever you have to do to get that bolt started through the back, and hopefully this works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Another tip is the tire you take off, I always put it in the back underneath a safe corner, so if something goes awry, the car falls, it'll fall on that tire, and yeah, just a safety measure. And just another FYI, the scissor jack that comes with the car, you have absolutely more control over that than you do a hydraulic jack. You can manipulate it however you want within the finest fractions of an inch, so better to use that. Safer. Line up good. Bring it up just a little bit to get this under the blocking, and then we'll start the nuts on top so it stays in place. Okay, so I got my bolts up on top almost tight. That way we've got a little bit of play yet. Now we're going to let the pressure of the car come down until these 2 holes line up. And then okay, I'll get close. Down just a tad more. Alright, I'm going to try to start my bolt through the tap here and there. Might have to use an alignment tool to kind of help get it into place. Alright, we're in. Sure it's snug. Good to go. Okay, so now if you don't have any anti-seize that have access to Teflon tape, it'll do the same thing, and I actually prefer it rather than anti-seize. So keep that nut tight and corrosion out. I don't have a torque wrench, so I just get it nice and snug. Should be good. Finish snugging these up. Wrong way. These new bolts ended up being 5/8 instead of 9/16. So this process probably, all in all, if everything went smooth, take 20 minutes tops. Just be slow and careful. wrenches stuck. But probably save myself at least a couple $100 on mechanic fees if I had to take it somewhere, depending on the area. You ready? Alright folks, well there you go. Not too hard. I hope this helps a few of you out there. And thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Back on the road.